Hey, it's Howard Naylor. Welcome back to another episode of The Listening Chair. We're glad to have you. We're continuing with our coverage of the Florida International Audio Expo in Tampa, Florida. We're in the room of Playback Distribution. Playback has a lot of really great brands. One of them is, of course, Esoteric from Japan. I'm here with Yoshida-san from Tokyo, from Esoteric headquarters, and Keith Haas from Playback Distribution. And we're going to talk about some of the new products that Esoteric has brought to the show, because there certainly are a few new ones, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us some of the key components that and speakers that you guys are really demonstrating, and talk a little bit about Playback.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we are the importer for several brands here into the United States, and the flagship product that we introduce into the U.S. and to Canada is the Esoteric brand, manufactured in Tokyo, Japan, by hand by TI Corporation. On display here at the show today, for the first time, we've brought in essentially the entire Grandioso series lineup. There's only a couple of pieces that aren't here. In the room today, we've got the pinnacle of what Esoteric is capable of bringing to market. Tied to this system today, we're also showcasing the PMC Fenestrias built in the UK. This is their flagship design loudspeaker that has wowed the room so far today. It's been a great morning here and a great start to the show.
Okay, Keith, so if we could, let's start with the Esoteric gear, because for me, I use Esoteric gear at home, full disclosure to everybody, and I'm pretty excited about what we have here. So what do we have that's new?
Well, new in the space, almost perfectly brand new, is arguably the world's finest turntable. This is the Grandioso T1. It is unique in the sense that it is not belt drive, it is not direct drive. It is a magnetic drive designed and engineered by Esoteric, actually by the same engineer who originally designed and engineered the VRDS mechanism for their CD players. It is unique in the sense that it is a completely contactless to the motor. It is absolutely black or dead silent. The motor assembly sits here. It in no way touches the platter. A magnetic repulsion system here forces the platter to turn, and you can even adjust the speed.
So mechanical tone control. Keith, what is the U.S. retail price on this table?
$80,000 with a tone arm.
With a tone arm, and of course without a cartridge.
Okay, next to that would be the new matching phono preamp, the Grandioso E1, which comes in a two-piece configuration. Here with the display, this is actually the power supply, and then the phono preamp is built into the box here. This retails at $46,000 for the two-piece setup. It is not unique to the marketplace, but part of a very small list of manufacturers that not only are compatible with moving magnet and moving coil, but also now with optical cartridges, which are brought to market. There's a dedicated power supply and power transformer for moving magnet and for moving coil and for optical. Okay. So we have both moving coil and optical cartridges here to listen to here in the room. They're quite stunning.
Well, I know you're probably not going to want me to say this, but I know your older model, the EO2, was, in my view, was one of the most underrated Esoteric components out there. If anybody can find one of those on the used market, it's a very, very, very good piece. And I'm sure this is even better. So yeah. I'm excited to hear this one in action.
And right behind you here, just arrived today, very first piece to come into the U.S. So new, in fact, it doesn't even have a serial number on it. This is the long anticipated first streaming device in the Grandioso series. This is known as the Grandioso N1T, the T being for transport, meaning that there is no DAC on board the device. So they've put all the best of the technology they can build, ignoring the absence of a DAC, into the chassis in a single box solution, and then that ties either into the DAC in the K1XSE CD player, which is an all-in-one player, or into the Grandioso D1X mono DACs that go with the flagship CD player. So you have an option of configuring it either way, and then you're taking advantage of the world's best D to A converter, along with what we now believe will be the world's best streaming device.
Well, Keith, when you say long anticipated, okay, it was longly anticipated. I don't know how long. Was it 2 years maybe?
Probably, well, I would say since the beginning of streaming, arguably.
Okay.
So the Grandioso series has been built very methodically over the years in, let's say, building blocks, perfecting each category one by one without rushing anything to market. And for years, the engineers felt that The Core Series model, the N01XD, which has a DAC on board, there was no way to make that product better. There was nothing they could do to it that would enhance the performance of that machine. They felt it was the best streaming DAC on the market. So they decided in order to get past that, they would take the DAC out of it, take advantage of the real estate, and let's add all the horsepower we can to all the remaining components and just turn it into a transport. And so finally now we have a Grandioso version for a streamer.
Okay.
The guys that work at Esoteric are not just passionate. This is something this is the hill they would die on, to build the very best product and bring it to market. And when you get up close to this product, not only does it sound great, you can understand how it all comes together and what that passion coming out of Tokyo results in. Not only the construction, the fit and the finish, the cosmetic of this product, there's really nothing like it in the hi-fi space. And I think, a lot of people being intellectually honest would probably admit to that off camera.
Just take us through the system really quick. Tell us tell us more about the speaker a little bit, and what other esoteric gear you have, because these mono amps should not be overlooked. Right?
That's right. Right. So to the outside, very outside here, we have the Grandioso M1X monoblocks, which are a Class AB design. They come in at 300 watts per channel into 8 ohm, 600 into 4, 1200 into 2, 2400 watts into 1 ohm, and they are stable down to 1 ohm. That's set up as the monoblocks. They retail in the U.S. market at $76,000 for the set, which, given what they are, is a bargain. Down on the bottom, we have the Grandioso G1X clock.
Oh, and the speakers, just really quick.
Yeah, the speakers are from PMC out of the UK. This is their flagship model called the Fact Fenestria. They retail for $100,000 a pair. All of the speakers in the PMC line are transmission line technology. They have it perfected. This is, again, the culmination of everything that they have learned over the last few decades about transmission line and put it into this gorgeous cabinet.
Awesome, thanks, Keith. So let's talk to Machida-san for a second.
So the N1T has a new network engine, completely new network engine. And also it has a SFP port, so you can use the optical fiber cable to connect to the network to reduce the noise.
It's a high-speed optical connection?
Yes.
And have you personally tried it? Does it sound, do you prefer that? Do you like that sound?
It sounds very good, very good. Okay, phone stage, this is very unique. It has a current-based input system. Normally, the MC cartridge, you use the voltage input, but this one uses the current input because the MC coil is very small, but magnet is very strong. So the MC cartridge can output a high current. So we would like to make use of the high current instead of using the tiny voltage. Okay. So the amplification stage is doesn't require much amplification. So the signal stays clean and very low distortion. Also, sound is very fresh.
Fresh, that's an excellent word. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing that. And I'm going to ask you guys to play some music for us. Okay, and I assume you guys have some new products coming through the pipeline, always?
Yes, but okay. I cannot tell you.
No, that's okay. I wasn't going to ask you, and that's totally fine. But I will ask you next time when things are coming out. I will certainly be asking. Thank you very much, Machida.
Thank you very much.
So, if you want to leave this lonely home, well, I won't play your